Alright, running into a little bit of difficulty here. See if we can straighten this out. This is why I was delayed. And I'll get this thing going here in just a minute. I forgot my... There, this is my official's super duper designated CIA agent uniform. Yeah, such as it is. Let's dispense with that. Oh, jeez. Okay, this is not at all going what I wanted it to, but I tried to straighten this mess out. I'm going to have to work on this a little more as we go on. But let me get set up here. Get rid of that. And let's see what else we can find here. Okay, I gotta put in my reading glasses. I'm legally blind. Okay. As you can see, ooh, my thing drooped. I gotta look good in case the government's checking in. Oh, the turd porch is in here. Oh, I got some questions for you. Satanic. Oh, you guys are having a task force announced that task force is having a nightly satanic meeting. So anybody wants to go over to the task force Twitter account, they're welcome to do so. Yeah, as I put away my uniform here, and I gotta do one more thing. Looks like task force is gonna be my only customer for now. Okay. Now, task force is in here. You might want to answer a little question, task force. Is the high command affiliated with you or not? There seems to be a bit of a question about, damn, this tie is really acting up tonight. Glad I didn't have to go to the government offices. They wouldn't like that. Well. Anyway. Hello, Lee. Welcome. Hello, Alexandra. Welcome. There was a bit of an interesting thing that happened. Now, unfortunately, due to I am working, don't have time. Well, if you're working, then why are you here? And as I figured, task force took the coward's way out and left. So we'll just have to continue without the task force. Because the task force might have been able to answer a few questions, but as usual, task force can't. Now, I gotta see if I can find the subject of tonight's meeting of the... Oh, on assignment? Yeah, you're on assignment, all right. But, you know, whatever. Let's just ignore the troll, guys. Because I don't think the troll... Let's see, we go over here. Because, let's see. What I wanted to bring up... See if it's going to come up. Is this confession that appeared on a blog today, or not a blog, but a Facebook account, and rather interesting header here. It reads as follows: I existed as a rapist long before I ever consummated the bloodlust. I was merely a groper, a finger fiddler, a peeping Tom for the greater part of 7 or 8 years. Now, what I am wondering here, is this a confession of Timothy Charles Holmseth? Or at least that was the question I asked when I first saw this pop up on Facebook. Now, as it turns out, this is an article from 2016 or thereabouts on the old Timothy Charles Holmseth blog. Now, even back then, Holmseth claimed to have solved the case. He even sent information to Donald J. Trump, or so he claimed. Now, this was long before we ever met all the players in this current accusation game going on by Mr. Holmseth and by the task force. Montagraph had not been heard of back in 2016, but once Montagraph started criticizing Tim, calling him out on his fraud and lies, all of a sudden we switched from this original confession over to Montagraph, which is what Timmy does. He takes old material, and when someone comes along that disagrees with him, he automatically assumes the accusations against them. And this is what happened. Now, if you will indulge me for a moment, I notice that things are going on interestingly over in chat. There's, God, lightning. I think if I suddenly go out, the lightning has started up, is usually a sign that things are going to start happening here in the way of bad weather. Now, for some reason, well, you know. Okay, we'll put this slide up. Because this is more appropriate. This is a slide I meant to put up and forgot. And since well, why didn't that see? Okay, here we go. All right, why isn't that? Well, that was weird. Okay, we're having a minor technical difficulty. Bear with me. I don't understand why that didn't come up. You know, sometimes the software doesn't. Okay, now we're back in business. You got to get paid. Okay, now, task force, in case you're interested, I'm going to be calling the person in charge of information at the little military base you visited today, or whenever you visited, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. And I'm also going to be giving him some information. Now, if it turns out that you provided information to the United States government that proclaimed that I am a suspect in any murder, abduction, child trafficking, or any crime whatsoever, I'm going to be filing criminal charges against you for filing a false report with the United States government, which is a Class A felony. I am not guilty of any crime. I am not mixed up in any pedophile ring, abuse ring, satanic ritual ring, or any crime of any sort. And by reporting me to the federal government in such a way that you have committed a federal crime. And I am going to talk to the individual that you cited on your Facebook page, and I'm going to ask him with screenshots what is going on here and why would this individual be reporting me to the federal government when there is no crime to report. Now, it will be rather interesting to see what the United States government, and in particular this particular military installation, is going to say about this. Because, I offered a challenge before, and Task Force and the pathetic command did not take me up on it. And that, of course, was to provide this information that you claim you have to the FBI, the Orange County, Florida Sheriff's Department, the various government agents that would have something to say about this. Now, it's rather curious that you chose Fort Campbell, Kentucky for your little report. I'm a little confused as to why you chose this particular installation, but it's no matter. A false report is a false report. And so I am going to talk to the individual there. Let me bring up, I'm going to post his phone number because I want people to start calling him and let him know what is going on. See where I put it. Ooh, it's pouring out. Okay. Because I may have to do this the hard way. I had this darn thing and I don't know what I did with it. Because, people are going to start reporting people for doing something that they did not do. There just needs to be some criminal ramifications here, and this is what we're going to be doing. As one way to do this is to, let me check something here. I bet you anything. Well, that's rather curious. Well, we're going to find that number. Tim versus Kemma. Well, Task Force, this is something I'm rather curious about. Now, you seem to make all these claims and everything, and yet, number one, you have not filed any lawsuit against anybody, and number two, you will not show up in court to argue your case. All Timmy has to do is answer the summonses against him, as well as Randy, go to court and defend yourselves, but you will not do that. You keep saying that we're all guilty of these things. Prove it. Let's get with the program here. This has been going on for 12 years. Timmy's been after me for 9 of those 12 years. He's made all kinds of charges, yet I have not gotten one single phone call from any law enforcement official. No government official has contacted me. No generals. No nothing. I mean, is the government this inept and this slow that they can't come and talk to a 70-year-old truck driver in a 30-year-old trailer? I don't get it. Now, let me bring up this article that was written. Because according to the High Command, this has been reported to the CID at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And Evil Destroyer wrote this on her comments section here. Murray, you better call Fort Campbell and verify Randy called them and report back to us. Well, I'm going to be doing just that tomorrow. And let's see, they have photos of you and your minions in Wisconsin, gang stalking or more. So what is the law that was violated here in going to a rally, public rally in Wisconsin that I had a ticket to, allegedly? What is the crime here? This Evil Destroyer, who we all know who he is, needs to come up with the exact criminal statute, since he's accusing me of these illegal actions. I mean, you guys can say all this stuff on BitChute and on Facebook and everything, but, here I am in my house. So I don't get it. When you don't submit to the corporation and when you refuse to learn, you bar freeze. Okay, task force. Well, then you're not going to be able to prove anything, because if you don't believe in our government, in the court system and everything, you've lost. Because the very people you reported to are the very people that enforce laws, military law. The Criminal Investigation Division at Fort Campbell, Kentucky follows United States law. So, you are an untouchable skank. Well, I'm glad you admitted it. But you see, this is the excuse these people give. They say, oh, we don't want to get kidnapped. We don't want to this, we don't want to that. And yet they use the very same system, or so they claim, to allege all these crimes that we've done. This is the problem here. That they don't want to defend themselves. They hide behind sovereign citizen bullshit, saying, oh, we don't want to be kidnapped, we don't want to go into this dry dock shit. And why the hell am I off frame? Let me pull this thing down. This is useless. There I am. Well, for some reason I'm off to one side, but that's going to have to be. But anyway, getting back to this Holmseth confession. Now, as it turned out, this confession, such as it is, was something that Holmseth wrote back in 2016. He claims that it's from an unpublished book called Two is Too Young to Die. And it's a rather long was, doesn't exist. It was taken down. So we only have Holmseth's word that this thing was published by another party. Although the verbiage that is seen in this publication is exactly like Holmseth. Now, I'm going to be having the buffering problem again tonight, so this video is going to look like crap when it's put up. I'm sorry for that. There doesn't seem to be anything I can do about it. Uh, this thing just seems to buffer when it feels like it, and it screws up the webcast. Now, I'll hang in there. Look at what Black Law Dictionary did for Field. But anyway, he's the granddaddy of sovereign citizens, and yes, he is. He's one of the granddaddies in this nutty thing out there. Soviet citizens are a bunch of idiots. The whole philosophy of sovereign citizens is bullshit. If they don't like the way this country is run, they can go somewhere else. And probably they should go over to Russia, since they seem to be worshiping Vladimir Putin and the way he does things over there. Because that's the exact same thing they want to do here. Is they want to basically have the military run the government. There would be no votes except kind of like a show vote for their own people. And the problem with that is that I don't think these people realize what they're advocating with all this stuff with patriots and, installing the military to take over the courts and take over this and take over that. All they need to do is look south to Cuba, because that's exactly what they'll get. They're going to get someone that's going to come in as a general. He's going to dictate what happens. He's going to dictate what can be reported in the press and what cannot be. There'll be a state newspaper, state television, state radio, state internet, state this and state that. And not even entities like BitChute will be allowed, because if it goes against the new government, they will be outlawed. And the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force will cease to exist because they won't be allowed to exist. There will be no dissent in this new government that these people are proposing. They've already talked about everybody that is accused of being guilty, including the barflies, would be flown to Gitmo. They would be going through a military tribunal, and they would be subsequently executed. Now, just looking at the little discussion going over here in the chat. Now, another thing that I'm a little confused about with these people is how is this process going to work when you start putting people that you accuse of criminal actions go to trial? Is there going to be a habeas corpus allowed? Is there going to be a defense allowed? Are we going to have the Fifth Amendment invoked? I mean, what rights are going to be had under this new legal system? The High Command, Timothy Charles Holmes Seth, Kirk Pendergrass, and all these other people have yet to explain the specifics of how this new system is supposed to run. They call people that are in the community barflies, and they say that barflies are going to have to be taken off the bench. They're going to have to be retrained. They're going to have to be requalified. And they're going to have to follow the law, or they're going to be executed. Rather drastic, I think. Fired should be sufficient. But, everybody wants to execute everybody in this Q-Tard group. It's really weird. Now, the thing of it is, hi, Montegraph. You might want to, I found out that you're probably off the hook. There's apparently somebody out in California that confessed to murdering John Benet Ramsey, according to Tim Holmseth. Hi, Kingfish. And so we have this confession by Tim Holmseth excluding Montegraph. There's not a single mention of Montegraph in this diatribe. Now, this was published back in September of 2016. And this is before Montagraph was even heard of by Tim. So, of course, when Monty came in and started calling out Timmy for all his lies, Monty all of a sudden became suspect number one in the John Benet Ramsey case. And so is everybody else. There seems to be the person of interest list changes as someone comes along, decides to criticize Tim or Randy or any of these other people, and they all of a sudden become a suspect. I mean, Fireman John ran into this. This poor guy was a moderator on this chat for a total of about 15 minutes. And after that, they lowered the boom on him. He became some kind of a pedophile or whatever you want to call it. Boy, this YouTube likes to kind of control things. I'm going to have to watch how this is going to work out. Okay, hello, Ms. Kennedy. Welcome to the extremely disorganized chat tonight. And this thing is buffering the crap out of me again. I've got to do more research as to what to do about this. It's one of the reasons I haven't been live streaming as much, because I keep running into problems with buffering. And I've tried setting after setting after setting, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. And it's at my end, because the buffering is when it uploads to YouTube, the buffer is there. So it's something in my computer, and I've got one of the top of the line computers, so I'm not understanding what it is that's going on in my settings. And the software I'm using doesn't have the best support in the world, so I am not using Streamlabs yet, or whatever they call it, because I have to learn how to use it. But I will be going to that eventually. Levi seems to be having good luck with that software. I'm already paying for it, so I might as well start using it. I got it for mobile live streaming, but I think I'm going to adapt it over to here. Yeah. The only... see, the thing of it is it's kind of hard to pin down the PPTF and the high command. They don't seem to want to stick up for themselves. When you sit there and start asking them detailed questions, they either run away, or they say they're on assignment, or they come up with all these excuses. There is absolutely no specifics. So it's like they don't even want to tell the truth. They just want to spin their little spin. Yeah, because they claim that the Fort Campbell, Kentucky Criminal Investigations Division is investigating bestiality, rape, and murder threats made by Veterans for Child Rescue. And now, see, they will investigate this, and they're going to find that Randy Erickson has given false and misleading information to a federal investigative agency. This is a felony. And so we finally might get action from the United States government, in this case the United States military, when it comes to this woman and her boyfriend. I'm going to have to figure that one out because I've only got 2 copies of this book. It's an extremely rare book, and I don't want to lose my copy now. I might scan the book and send you the scans. It's a relatively short book. It's just it's got to be within a time frame that I can work in doing this. It takes about 2 hours to scan it, maybe a little bit longer than that. I might be able to scan it tomorrow. I don't want to let go of my copy because it's going to be, if it gets lost, I'll never be able to replace it. And that would leave me with only 1 copy. I have 2 copies. One is my primary reference and the other is a backup. Because it's not a very well-made book and it might fall apart. So, I'll see what I can do about getting the book scanned and sent to you. Yeah, it's definitely a whole new meaning to the meaning of The Odd Couple. This reminds me of, I can't think of the name of the movie. It's either Frankie and Johnny or some other thing where this older woman was enthralled with this younger guy, and it was kind of an interesting story. And no, it wasn't a gigolo. This was something else entirely. I just can't remember the name of the movie. He did say something about the secret space program. Oh, we always have secret stuff that only he knows about. Well, I understand, Lee, that a number of people are going to be suing the both of them, which is why they are, quote, on assignment, because they do not want to meet the process server. When the news that their law enforcement was looking for them, they ran. Randy has not been in her home since September of last year, and they refuse to disclose where they're at. They don't even, they ask me what kind, they ask people what kind of car they drive, yet they won't say what kind of car they're driving. They're claiming that Timmy no longer has the old Nissan. So, what's he driving now? Who knows? Yeah, they're definitely pud pulling. She's pulling his pud if she can find it. Oh, geez, I am competing with Levi Page. Levi Page is on the air. So, I'm going to have to, this is going to be interesting. Let me do this. If I had known that Levi Page was going to be on the air tonight, I wouldn't have come on, because I don't like bumping into his show, because then it thins out everybody. But what I'm going, no, I don't want the studio. Jeez, this is doing what I don't want it to do. And let me see what I can do about this. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay, let's see. Well, okay, let me do this. I wonder, this might be the recording. Levi Page, P-A-G-E. Okay, it's the record. I don't know, my notifications, I thought Levi was live. To be a better live caster than me. He has a professional training after all. College educated specifically in the media arts. So, well, either that or cow and pie. Well, yeah, I didn't. What it was is the my notifications is running behind on my software, and he's not live streaming, and there's no notification of him being on the air. So apparently, it was the title of the show that was streamed 24 hours ago. Boy, what a mind you have, Task Force. Is that what you do? Are you projecting? This is funny. I guess this is what Task Force does. She comes in here and disrupts the chat because she has nothing at all. Her BitChute channel is nothing. None of this is nothing. And, all you're doing is you're just making yourself look foolish, Task Force. You're offering nothing of substance. You're supposed to be for the rescue of children and stuff, and coming into a 20-person chat is not doing any of these things. All you're doing is name calling and getting yourself into a lot of legal hot water. Because the chat is being recorded and it's going to be used as evidence in future cases, both criminal and civil. So this is one of the reasons I really don't care if Task Force posts in here or not, because their false accusations are going to be used in court. And it may be used in the federal investigations that are taking place, and when I get done talking to Fort Campbell, Kentucky tomorrow, will be taking place. Because I'm going to be telling them exactly who these people are, what their criminal background is, and the claims they are making. And I guarantee you that there are no documents that was handed over to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I mean, they may have talked to the press secretary, which is the number that I got. That's a public information officer at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. That's not an investigator. And they claim that they turned this information over to the CID, but there's no confirmation of that. And so this is one of the things I'm going to check tomorrow, is to find out if there has been anything turned over to the Criminal Investigation Division at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And if not, I'm going to, oh God, something I gotta do. I gotta find that name. Okay, let's go over, because they posted the guy's name, and I gotta find out where they posted it. So bear with me, I'm gonna go down through here. Okay, they're even going after an admiral. That ought to be interesting. It says here that Erickson advised Fort Campbell that somebody on Sawyer's Viper teams threatened to take Erickson's news reporters Timothy Charles Homestead daughter onto the artillery range at Fort Campbell and have a dog rape her while it was filmed. Quite a accusation. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, this is going to be put in the chat. This is the name of the guy that they are supposed to have contacted. He's Robert Jenkins, Public Affairs Agent, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Okay, now. So now we go to... I had done all this earlier for some reason. Okay. Okay, Jenkins. Okay, got that part. Now I'm not finding the. Okay, this is the one here. Okay, what I'm going to be giving you people, this is a screenshot of the staffing at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And on that list is going to be Garrison Public Affairs Officer Robert Jenkins at 270-798-9961. He is the one that Randy Erickson is supposed to have given the information to. Now, everybody can call this commander at this number and explain to him exactly what Tim Holmseth has been doing, and Randy Erickson, and the fact that they claim to have given information of criminal activity to this office. Now, what I'm going to do, let me find my image on here. I'm going to blank that out so you can see that. But these numbers are who you need to call to ask questions about what Randy and Timothy told these people and what they have claimed. And you can go over and get the link at the man, this thing's blocking my chat. You can go over and get the link at the High Command and send it on to the military. As a matter of fact, I will save you a little bit of time and do just that. So let me go over to this thing will cooperate. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link in my chat the public affairs officer and let him know that this article is being put on the internet. Now, there's another curious thing that came about. The High Command, or whatever the hell they want to call themselves, has apparently put up a claim that Princess Diana comforted a guy who had been abused. Let me get the headline. This one's truly a joke. Princess Diana comforted a 4-year-old child rape victim trafficked by Craig Salmon Sawyer. Now, there's a problem with that contention. I had planned on queuing this up a little better, so you gotta bear with me a little bit, but I want to look something up because I had this figured out. Okay. Princess Diana died in a car crash on the 31st of August, 1997. Okay. Remember that date. Because now I'm going to look something else up. Okay, we got, let's see. Gotta do a little arithmetic here. Okay, we got 1997, 1963. Okay, Craig Sawyer would have been 34 years old at the time that Princess Diana passed away. Now, no, let's see. We go over here. Oh, why? Hi, Amber. Hi, Amber. Yes, you came out to say hi. What I'm trying to bring up is that when this alleged thing happened, Greg Sawyer was with SEAL Team 1 right up to his honorable discharge in 1999. So it's kind of curious, how could Craig Sawyer be in two places at the same time? You know, here he is deployed in the military overseas doing what it is SEAL Team 6 does, and he's being accused by this guy from Australia of abuse. And Amber, go get mommy. Oh, all right. Amber wants to say hello, so hold on a minute. Yeah. All right. Now I gotta get you out of here. Okay. Here's Amber, everybody. She decided she wanted to come and say hi. Say hi, Amber. Amber likes getting scratched. You like getting scratched? Yep. Oh, yeah. Sits there and gives me smoochies if I don't scratch her. Yeah. Hey, good girl. All right. Oh, God, you're getting hairy every day. Go get mommy. Now my CIA outfit's all covered with. Oh, what do we do here? Do we freeze? My monitor screen is frozen. So if you guys are seeing me in a black screen, that's good. So I don't know what's going on here. That's what we call Cheryl Task Force. I see you're still here. When are you going to start answering some questions, Task Force? I mean, you totally ignore all these questions. And the one thing I want to know is, how can Craig Sawyer be guilty of a crime when he was serving in the military at the time the crime was supposed to take place? Now, you got a picture of Princess Diana up there, and of course she's dead, so we can't ask her the questions as to... I don't understand what's going on with this. Oh, well. Oh, all right, we got serious leg time. That's what's going on. Okay, Amber, come on. Nope, nothing out of Task Force. She's just kind of sitting there being a troll. Task Force, since you're interested in what cars people drive, what kind of a car does Randy drive? I mean, you were asking what kind of a car Levi was driving, so it's only fair to ask what kind of a car Randy is driving now. Or is that something you don't want to answer because you're one for asking questions, but not one for giving answers? Yeah, you ever notice that, folks? How uh, Randy Erickson and Task Force and the Fart Command and Timmy and so forth, they ask all these questions and make all these accusations, but they just ignore any questions or any demands of proof. Rather strange. That's not, this must be the way this new government of theirs is going to work. They're just going to sit there and say, okay, you're guilty of this, you're guilty of this, you're guilty of this, and, no due process, no right to defense counsel, none of that. Well, Task Force, why not tell us what kind of a car she drives? I mean, everybody was so damn interested in what kind of a car Levi drove, yet, what kind of a car does Randy drive? Not that it matters. How is it gang stalking? Task Force, do you know what a prominent citizen is? Under the law, public figure. Randy claims to be an informant of the government of the United States. Randy claims to be the founder or senior member of the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force. Randy claims to own a number of media outlets. That makes her a public figure. So this claim of gang stalking is nonsense. As an agent of the United States government, as she claims, she has accountability to the general public. She is making claims that she is acting on behalf of the United States government, and she's acting on the behalf of Donald J. Trump in particular. So, Amber, you're kind of interrupting me here. There is no plan. They plan riddles. They come up with all this gibberish and stuff, and there's no plan. Yeah, here. Boy, you got a sick mind, Task Force. Ah, God. But that's Task Force for you. That's the only thing she's capable of doing. Yeah, it says right in the biography. And this kind of thing gets turned into the government. They're well aware of what these people claim to be. Well, you asked that question already. I said she likes Levi a lot better than me because she's known him longer. She hardly knows me. So, of course she likes Levi a lot better. Why is this thing not working? There we go. Okay. Okay, about. Okay. On Randy Erickson's biography, we have that she is an informant to President Trump, member of the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force. That statement right there makes Randy Erickson a public figure, which means that any information about Randy Erickson is a matter of public interest. So what would be stalking to people like me is not stalking to her because she is an informant to the President of the United States or the former President of the United States. She's a member of the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, which claims to be an agency associated in some way, shape, or form with the United States government. That is a public figure. Overworked by the task force. that explains the mental deterioration. Uh, so, you can sit there and argue um, gang stalking all you want, task force, but you're a public figure. You're an informant to the president, former president of the United States. That makes you accountable to the general public. Your actions and attitudes are a matter of public interest. So there you go. Now, well, the emphasis is on was. Uh, Chris is deader than a doornail. And Chris is deader than a doornail because he got a woman pissed off. He made promises to the woman that he could not fulfill. And there is indications in reports that someone may have incited her to the point where she got angry and off Chris. That someone told her that Chris was not acting in her interest, that he was in fact trying to keep her child away from her. And so she got mad and she went down and shot him. Because, oh, who did? You're calling the witness to a first degree murder a liar. There was just a disposition in Ocala last month. And when that comes out, so why don't you call down to the Marion County Sheriff's Department and tell them that Neely Blanchard did not murder Chris Hallett, and explain to them who did and how they did it, and why the woman who was closest to Chris Hallett testified against her in more than one deposition with the sheriff. They are supposed to be, this trial is moving forward, so we're going to know by the end of this year who did what and why. So, it's my opinion that Tim Holmseth pushed her to kill Hallett by putting in Neely's head that Chris Hallett was not only not helping her get her children back, that he was in fact preventing, actively working with CPS to keep the children away from Neely Blanchard. And that's why she got killed, why she killed him. Because, look at it this way. Neely Blanchard was probably the most loyal person that Chris Hallett had in his inner circle, other than his girlfriend. She did everything for Chris. She was driving a car with E-claws on it. She was promoting him, doing all sorts of things for him. And then all of a sudden, like a flip of the switch, she goes down to Ocala, Florida, and kills him. Something is off here. So, and again, task force takes off without addressing any of this, of course. That's task force. Task force is a coward. Task force will not do anything other than make all these baseless accusations. It's just the way she is. And it's all she lives for, is this gang stalking and gaslighting that her and Tim Holmseth do on a daily basis. I suspect there's going to be more videos and more accusations either today, tomorrow, or Monday, or Tuesday, or whatever. Because that seems to be all these people are capable of doing. Now, I keep getting sidetracked because there's a question that I just gotta ask. Okay, where I think I'm gonna find this. Let me go over to. Okay, this rather interesting character got on uh, the internet. His name is Adrian John Wells. And he claims that, quote, they cut off my penis off for fun. Interesting grammar there. Now, this guy apparently no longer has a penis. So, how does this guy pee? Apparently, he has to sit down to do his thing, apparently. I mean, and did they cut off his nuts at the same time they cut off his penis? I mean, there was this Bobbit character that took a knife to her husband's manliness because apparently she got mad at him, and they called her Lobbit Bobbit because of that. But so this guy can't have kids, unless they did something in a medical miracle. This guy can't pee standing up. So that poor guy's got a little problem. I wonder if he's running around with a colostomy bag on or something. He cut it off himself, according to Rebecca. Now, that wouldn't surprise me. It's just, you got Houston, we got a problem. This dude ain't got a wee-wee. How does he go pee-pee? Does he does the girl thing and sit down in the toilet? Or has he got a bag attached to what's left? He certainly can't reproduce because there ain't nothing there to reproduce. And, so this, kind of an interesting, there's a lot of interesting questions to ask this guy. And why in hell would this guy go on a worldwide information source like the internet and tell everybody that somebody cut his wee-wee off? I mean, God, can you imagine you go to a pub in Australia and say, hey, this dude in the Navy cut off my wee-wee. Oh, really? You want to show us what's left? The Aussies, you think you get trolled here in the United States, wait till the Aussies start trolling you. And now his name's out there, so anybody that knows this guy is going to be saying, hey, dude, how's your wee-wee doing? You got it in a souvenir bag or something? Have you got it mounted up on a wall, like they do with the deer that people shoot, how they see the head up there? So maybe the guy's wee-wee is mounted up on a little plaque, Can't be a very big wee-wee, so it's up there somewhere. Jeez Christ. Some people don't think when they put stuff like this on the internet. So anybody in this guy's hometown, let me know if you ever see him peeing standing up or if he goes into the stall. Well, this is an X-rated channel, Kinder. I got over 16 years old up there for a reason. So that's just the way it is. All I'm doing is I am reporting the news. There's a guy on the High Command BitChute page that says some dude cut his dick off. That's news. Hell, if you watch CNN today, they had a video of people storming the Capitol and they were throwing F-bombs all over the place. And this is on national television. So F-bombs are allowed. So if F-bombs are allowed, talking about some dude cutting his penis off is allowed. The guy had his weenie whacked in the wrong way. Well, they may be using the guy from Australia, but the guy is using himself. I mean, what idiot puts that kind of shit up on the internet? I mean, I would be embarrassed if I walk around saying, hey, some dude cut my dick off. Jesus Christ. Well, Kinder, I can't help it, Well, Kinder, I can't help what you think about the show. This is my channel. I've only got 26 people in here. It's not like this is some big national show. It's a little show. And it's the high command that's publishing this stuff. I could put up the entire article that Tim Holmseth claims was written by this guy in 2016, and that is the most vulgar thing you will ever see. It gets really, really graphic. You know, talking about some dude having his weenie cut off is the least vulgar thing that website has done. I mean, you ought to go over, Kinder, and read Tim Holmseth's blog. And, you know, let's see if I can... Yeah, I'll get the article for you, and you can read it. And you tell me who's more vulgar, Timmy or me. I mean, God almighty. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that he's putting out there. I didn't make this stuff up. The guy admitted to it on BitChute. Well, I am reporting facts, Kinder. This is the problem. And the facts are that some guy out there is claiming to have something happen to something underneath his belt. And he was rather specific about it. Now, I can't help if it's vulgar or disgusting or what have you. You know, this is not intended for anybody under the age of 16. And people know, or should have known, that I swear. I use fuck a lot, I use shit a lot, you know. And so sometimes I'm going to use dick or penis or weenie or whatever. It's me. And if people are so against that kind of language, then I guess you don't need to be here. Because I'm not going to censor this channel for 1 or 2 people. I don't care if I only have 2 subscribers on the channel. It's my channel. And I'm going to do with it what I damn well please. Period. So now we got that out of the way. You know, I'm just sorry some chick is having a burr up her ass because some guy claims that he got his dick cut off. But that's what's in the news. You got a dickless wonder. Or wondering dickless or whatever. Just sans the dick. Well, weenie got turned into shit kebab. Or so he says. And then, you know, we had Princess Diana, who somehow managed to travel to Australia and coddle this guy, and yet no news reports about this at all. No headline that says Princess Diana cuddled this guy who got his dick cut off. Yeah. I gotta love this world. I am tolerant of my viewers, Kinder, but you're outvoted. And I am not going to censor this channel, period. You know, it's, if I start answering every single solitary complaint that's made to me on this channel, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Because somebody's always going to find something to bitch about. So it's, you know, there are channels out there that talk about things where they don't swear, they don't allow swearing, and so on and so forth. And maybe that's where you need to be. You know, it is what it is. Now, there's another guy from South Florida. He swears even more than I do. Well, you'd really be happy talking to that guy. I think he's funny. So. And what's funny is he swears more than I do, and he's got more viewers than I do. He's a bigger channel. You know, and of course, Timmy's over there. He's got 26,000 people on his channel because he writes pornography. Basically, that's all it is pornography, because he gets explicitly detailed about sex acts that are done to children. He gets off on it. And that article I was telling you about is exactly that. It's a book length. Well, Wine 07 is something else. Goodbye, Richard. Yeah, then go over to the 700 Club and get built for real estate. Why are we getting a bunch of Puritans in here? Are they trying to convert me to something? I doubt it. These people come in here and malign this channel and, you know, well, there's a way to find out. But again, Kinder, you know, I don't talk like this very often. But this particular subject, you know, in order for people to understand what this man is claiming, you have to tell what he is claiming. He is claiming that his genitalia were mutilated by a member of the Navy SEAL team. Now, that's a pretty serious charge. And so, and I'm going by what the High Command reported, and the High Command is supposed to have a connection to the former President of the United States. And so, it's there. You know, you can't sugarcoat this stuff, because the charge that this man is making is serious. It's false, but it's serious. And, you know, you have to ask yourself how people function when something like this happens. Now, this was the subject of tonight. The confession was the subject. And I did, you know, you think this is graphic, you should be thankful I'm not getting into the details of this unbelievably long post that was sent to me, that was on Tim Holmes's blog way back in 2016, that had to do with the John Benet Ramsey murder. It's extremely graphic. I can't even come close to being that graphic. YouTube won't allow it. If I put that thing up on YouTube, I'd probably get thrown off. It's that graphic. Oh my God. Talking about lard and vodka. What the hell now? Right. You know, I am basically at a loss for words right now, because I am being required to set myself at a higher standard than the member of the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, and the man who is third in line to the President of the United States, and the man who has declared that I am a federal agent, specifically that I was trained by the Central Intelligence Agency, which is kind of weird. I just find it amusing that there are millions of people out there that are falling for the imagination of a son of a pig farmer. Oh, okay, pie crust. Yeah, That's, I just haven't been paying an overly lot of attention to the chat here, so I kind of got lost in the shuffle. Well, what's interesting about 4chan is my troubles way back in 2009, 2008 started with with 4chan. There was an idiot over there that went by Renzo Loves Cake, and there was another one that went by KFC Fan. These were sophisticated hackers. They got into my channel back then and ruined it. And everything that Tim Holseth uses against me is a direct result of 4chan and these people. So, if anybody wants to know what happened to me and why, all you have to do is study 4chan, because that's where all this shit started. And the reason that they came after me is because somebody that used to be on their board known as Monoxide. And Monoxide was someone that lived 10 minutes from Melinda Duckett and claimed to have been dating her at one time. And eventually, Monoxide was allegedly prosecuted for distribution of child porn because he had put a link to child porn on a chat site about Kelly Anthony. And he made the mistake of doing that to a bounty hunter. And I believe it was the bounty hunter that got him arrested. But all I know is that Monoxide has vanished from the internet. He's prohibited from being on the internet as part of his probation, and no one's heard of him since. Which is a good thing. I wish he'd take his crap down over on YouTube, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So I'm stuck with that shit over there. Well, I guess there's money in burning your house down. Gotta love people. David C. Hawkins. Oh, this guy must be another Timmy. Yeah, well, who knows. Good night, Leanne. Hope things turn out better for you. Sorry you're having to endure these creeps, but Tim Holmseth provides information to Fort Campbell for CID investigation regarding rape and murder. Well, what he's done is he's put up another video with the same exact information. This is what these people do. It's like, who the hell's this? Got a picture of a guy holding a gun. Well, I'm going to have a nice discussion with Fort Campbell, Kentucky tomorrow. Gonna get to the bottom of this shit. Link to story below video. Okay, we'll link to story below video. Clickbait. Guy wearing a three-piece suit. Yesterday, Mr. Jenkins, yesterday you were contacted by my publisher, Randy Erickson, regarding threats of rape, torture, and murder being directed towards me. Mrs. Erickson, our families, and what appear to be blah, 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 blah. Okay. And again, didn't bother to leave the email address, which is fine. That doesn't, I cut that off. It's supposed to be Robert Jenkins. But he basically, doesn't put up the email address of Mr. Jenkins. Just puts up what he claims. These people apparently don't realize that President Trump is no longer president. Of course, they don't believe that. But this is a felony, folks, because the both Randy Erickson and Timothy Charles Homseth are providing false information to the United States government. It's tantamount to a false police report. And yes, the CID, if they gave this information to them, will investigate, and then Randy and Timothy are going to have to come to Fort Campbell, put their hand on a Bible, and swear that what they're telling is the truth. They will not do that. But this is outright lies. But eventually, they're going to get to the bottom of this, and there is going to be criminal ramifications. Yeah, Randy can't stay away, or whoever the task force is. But the thing of it is they make a claim that they made a phone call. Well, fine. I'm going to turn around and make a phone call. And I'm going to talk to Mr. Jenkins. And if necessary, I'll talk to the commander of the base. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Because they have claimed that they have sent information about me to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And so, I'm going to say, hey, I want to file criminal charges here. These people are giving false information about me. They're putting my safety and security at risk. These people need to either put up or shut up on all these false accusations they got out there. I mean, they're going around telling people in the country that I'm a federal agent for the Central Intelligence Agency. And so if that's the case, then they are giving false information having to do with a CIA agent and a agent of the United States government. That's tantamount to treason. Well, of course they didn't go on the base. They sent him a letter. All Timmy did, he went down there and held up a book in front of the gate. I mean, that's no proof of anything. I can go to a building and hold up a book or just stand there and wave at people. That's not proof of anything. Trish the Dish. Yeah, you do know that I was sued by that lawyer, and he lost. Yeah, I don't get these people, what their motivation is. I mean, you would think they would find something more constructive to do with their lives. lives. But no, they gotta pick on innocent people. I mean, it's funny. Uh, I'm a truck driver. I'm retired. Uh, I have a YouTube channel with 23 people on it. Uh, my subscriber base is low. I'm curious as to how many subscribers I got. I've been kind of stuck at 900 something. But basically it's a small channel. Because if you look at their BitChute channel, I mean they've got a bunch of people on there. Yeah, I picked up one. I'm at 994 subscribers right now. It bounces up and down. People come in, people leave. Does Tanya still befriend Holmseth? I believe yes. I can't confirm that, but I am fairly certain that she does. Well, Dwayne, that would put me about 3 or 4 men behind Rand, Alexandria, and Levi. I guess. I don't know where I stand, really. I'm just here. I get the biggest kick out of this comparison between who Kim likes, me or Levi. As if it's... How many subscribers does Levi have? Well, let's find out, since she's too stupid to go over to his page and look. Okay, let's see. We go Levi page. He's got more than me, I know that. Oh, jeez. Gotta go into... she wants... No. Not... True crime update. Levi has 1.42k subscribers. So he has a lot more subscribers than I do. Let's see. 216 views, 545 views, 627 views, 337 views. So he's doing a lot better than me. His view rates, for the most part, are about 3 times of mine. So he's got a decent size. Nobody wants to be a match for the high command. We wouldn't want to be associated with you people at all. And where's your proof, high command, for all this stuff? I mean, you call people names, but yeah, I know, Dwayne. I was being a little sarcastic myself because it's just, kind of weird. All task force does come in here, calls people losers, asks about people's underwear, asks what kind of car they drive, they ask who's paying whose tuition, they want to see somebody's living room. I mean, that's all these people do. And then, for some reason, task force has a burr up their ass about me. Okay, well. Yeah, why not? You guys do what you want. Message deleted by the Google moderator team. Wow. Google deleted her. I have no wrench on tonight that I'm aware of, so Google came in here and nailed her. That's wild. I've never seen that happen before. Because that means that Google's monitoring the channel. So everybody be on your best behavior. I have never seen Google delete a message before. That is unbelievable. Town Center Real Estate. Yeah, there's interesting. Now, according to the message I got, Google deleted it. Usually when she deletes, it's message removal, but it says Google moderator team deleted her messages. So I'm kind of wondering about that. Is Levi vulgar? I don't think so. I'm probably more vulgar than he is. You might, before you pass judgment on him, why don't you go check him out? You don't have to register to view his channel. As a matter of fact, he's got recordings up. You can watch some of his recordings and decide for yourself if you want to subscribe to him or not. I actually think he's worth subscribing to, but, that's up to you. I admit that I can get pretty vulgar at times, especially when I lose my temper. Yeah, temper. And Levi doesn't always pay attention to Tim and Randy and the PPTF. He does general discussions of prominent true crime cases that are in the news. And he has very interesting guests on. He's has Tricia Griffith of Web Sleuths on. Alex is his regular co-host, and he's had other people on. So he's worthwhile to check out. If you're interested in true crime cases and unsolved mysteries and stuff, Levi's a good source to check out. And I always tell people that you may want to look at Divine Interloper 2. She's put up some, I understand it's a she, has put up some videos that are very informative. So always check that out. There's all kinds of channels out there of people that talk about different things, and they talk about them and they have their own way of doing things and so forth. So I would go with them. Yeah, Divine Interloper is someone who is really on top of things. Very, very informative videos have come out of Divine over the last few days. And Rebecca Ann is another one you always want to check out, just to listen to her voice. I love listening to her. And she has the funniest laugh I've ever heard in my life. So check out Rebecca. And you can always go over and check out Montagraph. He has some interesting stuff he talks about, Some of it's not my cup of tea, but some of you guys might be interested in his stuff. Oh, you live down in Florida with me, Kinder, somewhere. Because I live about, it's your choice. But I live about, as you might know, I live about a half hour from downtown Orlando. But oh, good. I'll have to get notified of that through YouTube. My problem with playing anything that she does is she uses copyrighted music, and I can't use it on this channel. I've been trying. I would like to get a hold of her because I'd like to get some of the material she has without the music. It would be more useful to me if I could get it without the music. I went into studio again. I don't want studio. Did not get notified. Why didn't I get notified? YouTube's screwing up on me. I didn't get notified by Divine. Okay, this is 3 weeks ago. This is the old one. Or else there's 2 of these, so I gotta put the number 2. 2. Okay. Okay, this was 18 hours ago. It's the latest. Tim Holmseth and friends. Antarctica, off planet. Oops. Nope, can't do that. I gotta bleep out the music. Can't have it bleed over. Best soldier and family experience. Yeah, I don't understand what he's using because his videos are always backwards. Yeah, it's kind of like you have to have a mirror to read the print. June 19th. Well, it's dated today. The thing of it is with YouTube, it depends on your time zone. It could be but you know, he's taking a selfie of himself with whatever it is he's using, but the print is backwards. And I even looked at it on the original and it's backwards. It's not, X Recorder is not doing it. And then we got the Three Stooges here. This one guy looks like, oh, who's that? That one guy, I think he's from Rolling Stone. Guy looks like he's a musician anyway. Where is that thing blowing hot air? Yeah, it'd probably be better if I had these things up. Damn, these people are wild looking people. Okay, and then we got let's see, we got 3 guys. One's walking, there goes the other one, there goes the other one. Dum 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 da dum dum da dum. And now they're looking around, crossing the street. Okay. Now we got some kid looking like he's hiding a kite in a car. Missing some teeth. Nodding yes to the camera. Then we got... What is this guy got? Is that a he or a she? This is a weird video. For a minute there, I thought that guy had monstrous headlights, and I thought it was a she. But I think that was an optical delusion. Now the guy's playing pocket pool. Timmy could learn a lesson from this guy. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, nice bicycle. Oh, look at all the doggies. Ark, 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 ark. Everybody got doggies. I wonder if this is her. Jeez. puppies rushed home to see their mother in the room. Feed me, feed me. Ooh, mama dog having an attitude there. Says, wait just a darn minute. Settle down. Quit tearing up the rug. Oh, Mommy, I'm just having some fun. I'm hungry. Give him hell, Mama. Huh? What are you gonna do? Feed him or stir him down? Man, they scattered all over the place. I feel sorry for the rug. Oh. Okay, whose dogs are these? Or is this a random video? There's one dog, she gets up, she goes, bloop, 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 bam, down again. Get out of there. Quit playing with my boob. Doesn't go well for the cheeky puppies. And when they get too close to the mom, she immediately calls them out and puts them in their place. Cute video. Good question. I wonder if is she trying to wean these puppies? Oh, it's a cute video though. I was thinking they were your dog for a minute, because they're all white doggies. Give them hell, Mama. Boy, she's quick. That's cool. Cool video. Yeah, I was just curious. I saw these white dogs and I thought, oh, they may be her dogs. But, you know, that's cool. Cute video. I have a feeling I've seen that before on Facebook or someplace. It just seems like it showed up a couple of times. Oh no, that's wrong. I'm supposed to be able to get to my account on here. Nope, it's not going to let me do it. Let's see if this is going to let me through. Oh well, while I'm here. Okay. COVID-19 and the hoaxes and testing. Well, I sincerely hope that Timmy and Randy do not get the COVID vaccine. That would eliminate a big problem. You know, if they're true to their word, they will not get the vaccine. You know, because if they get the vaccine, then they're lying about themselves. You know, why in hell? I thought I had that set up. Let's see. Oh, for some reason I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah, let me do this. Hendry County. Okay, remind me of what major city is in Hendry. What's your county seat down there? Because I can't remember. I can't place it right now off the top of my head. Okay. Do. Oh, Clewiston. Yeah, I've been to Clewiston. Uh, I don't, my travels in Florida are kind of minimal right now, but I've been down to Clewiston. Uh, Not really that far of a drive. Ooh, down at the bottom of Lake Okeechobee. I used to haul, I think there's a tomato produce down there because you're 27 runs right along the bottom of Okeechobee Lake. And somewhere in this, see, because right in the middle of Clewiston is a big plant. And that's where I used to. It's been a long time since I've been out. You know, when I drove truck, I went down there. Produce hauler. So you never know. The way I drive around, I may get down that way sometime. Because I was thinking about going down to Lake Okeechobee sometime. So if I get down that way, I'll let you know. I gotta quit wearing my CIA uniform. This thing is freezing. Why is... For some reason this air conditioner is not air conditioning. Just in case you haven't guessed, folks, I finally got an air conditioner for the studio. I just lucked into this deal on this thing, but the only problem is I'm going to have to put a helper fan or something because I'm not getting the cold air. I got the thing set for... Oh, hi, Levi. Welcome. Our favorite mistress was in here a while ago. She pops in and out every once in a while. They keep repeating the same story over on their Big Shoot channel about reporting everybody to the CID at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, which ought to go over real well if they actually did it. At least they gave me the name of the PIO, so it'll be easier to do something. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put that back up. So everybody can call that number and talk to Mr. Jenkins and ask him if Randy actually did call. And when they call, they can say, hey, yes, well, we got some interesting things we can tell you about Timmy and Randy and some of these other people and what they're up to. So, yeah, pick up the phone, give them a call. You know, we really got to start giving these people a run for their money. They want to report us to the military. We can call the military and say, hey, you know, these people, you may want to look at these people that are calling you up and making these accusations. Because they may need a little investigation themselves. Well, good night, Ms. Kennedy, and I hope you heal up with that problem you're having with your fingers. And say, you know, get back to hoop-de-doopy. Do the hoop-hoop. Do the hoop dance. Love the hoop dance. You ought to put your hoop dances up on YouTube. Boy, I got a serious amount of lag time tonight. Gee whiz. Well, it doesn't cost that much to run this thing. It's a real small air conditioner. Because what I did is I got it so it would blow cold air at me here on my desk. And it not doing a very good job. Levi, why do they think an army base is interested in their BS? I have no idea. Timmy claimed, or somebody claimed, that Craig Sawyer bragged about taking his daughter down to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and doing evil stuff to her in the range down there. So I guess they decided to report it to the CID at Fort Campbell. The only problem is, if it's false information, they're looking at a felony. And she claims to have sent pictures of me in Wisconsin to the Army base, which is kind of stupid because it is not against the law to go to a political rally put on by the pillow guy. So I don't know what she thinks she's going to accomplish doing that. Yeah, these people are downright stupid. But, it's entertainment. We can get on there and let people know how stupid they are. Some of these weird things they do. All they're gonna, they're gonna get the wrong person pissed off at these, either in the military or law enforcement, and they're going to say, okay, it's time for the bracelets to come out. Yeah, Jen, I know. Because the reason they claim to have told or contacted Fort Campbell was that they are claiming that Craig Sawyer, let me see if I can find it here, Erickson advised Fort Campbell that somebody on Sawyer's Viper team's threatened to take Erickson's news reporters, quote, Timothy Charles Humsleth's daughter, out to the artillery range at Fort Campbell and have a dog rape her while it was filmed. So that's the connection to Fort Campbell. So what censorship? So, that's the accusation that Randy is making and why they went to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Now, the problem with that is if they cannot prove that that is factual information, they have committed a felony by making a false report to a United States military. That's even more serious than filing a false police report, because you are making a false accusation against a military veteran to the military and declaring that the military veteran is going to drag a civilian onto the base and commit a felony crime. Well, I'd love to know how he was going to manage to do that, because security at Fort Campbell is quite tight. I don't believe that Randy Erickson understands exactly what goes on at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And what is this obsession with task force and underwear? I still don't get that. Just about every time that task force comes in here, she talks about somebody's underwear. I mean, does she go around looking at clotheslines, sniffing men's underwear? That's the only thing I can think of here, is why she has this fascination with men's underwear. But that's Randy for you, or task force, since the funny thing is task force on Twitter disavows any knowledge of the high command on BitChute. Task force only retweets stuff posted by the task force, or by the high command. Kind of have to I lost my train of thought. I got derailed. Um, but, I don't understand these people, really. It's nutty. I mean, we go through this every time I come on the air. This idiot comes in here, starts talking about college tuition, starts talking about underwear, calls people names, blah, 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 blah. I gotta love it. Yeah, and this is... what's this thing about underwear? Uh, Fart force. I mean, do you smell Timmy's underwear by any chance? I can imagine that you don't even need to get too close to Timmy to smell his underwear. It probably can smell it on the other side of the house. Oh, Google got after him again. That's funny. As far as I know, guys, I do not have erections. Google, now Google, if you're watching this, this person's coming in here without my permission. I've tried what's going to happen here. It's telling me that teen come in here and continuously delete messages that somebody posts. This is really precedent setting. It's violating terms of service by even being on here again. I don't know why Google can't control people like her and get her off the channel. Shoot, I can't get them on here. Yeah, and sorry about all the buffering. I have no control over it. I think it's the software. I'm going to be using the same kind of software that Levi uses because that works totally different than this software because you stream through their servers and not through the computer. So that's probably going to be the solution to the problem. And also, the new software allows me to stream live. Yeah, I'm going to be going over to StreamYard. The only reason I haven't done it before is because I have to learn new software. But this is getting intolerable. I used StreamYard when I streamed from the courthouse during that federal hearing, and it was, you know. Well, let's see. Randy and TH and Daniel Lee have all turned on each other. Um, so the tribe is starting to break apart, and as, Divine Interloper has been putting things out where the big breakup happened, at least temporarily, with Kirk Pendergrass. Well, this is what I was trying to explain to you before, Kinder. You think I'm bald, and Randy, for some reason, picked up on it. So they're all perverted. Might need to use a comma in there, because that's the way you got it written is a little bit wrong. There was a woman that went by Astro who used to post about the underwear, and she actually posted a picture of someone in underwear, and that's where that came from. No, Lee, that's fine. You know, this buffering is really annoying. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And the lag time I'm getting on between my screen and what comes up on YouTube is unbelievable. It's definitely going to have to switch over to StreamYard. I'm going to have to do some practicing with it. Because I thought I had the settings worked out on the software, and I did not. Well, I don't know how Astro got anything. I don't even, I don't know where the picture came from. I don't even know if it's Levi or not. Not that it's anybody's business. But it's, because the only thing I saw is there's some guy laying face down in a bed in his underwear. You know, why this is such groundbreaking news on the internet is beyond me. I mean, there was one time that I accidentally went on the air with no shirt on, because my studio at the time was like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and I didn't have the air conditioner in that room, and so I took my shirt off. But I hadn't planned on being on camera, and I hit the wrong button. And that damn task force has this thing about underwear. Men's underwear. And it's stupid. It's stupid stuff. And here is someone that's supposed to represent the government and is supposed to be for putting an end to child abuse and human trafficking, and she's talking about people's underwear. I mean, how perverted can you get? But, all you have to do is look at the beginning of Timmy's book, and you know how perverted they are. And then this latest thing that Timmy's done with this confession, he says it's by somebody else, but I'm wondering if this is not Timmy writing about himself. And, geez, I don't know if I'm buffering or not. This is really driving me nuts with this stupid buffering message I keep getting. Preparation H, maybe she uses that. Now that's preparation. Okay, put that back up for a while. You could always try Mailbox. That might work. But, getting back to this picture for a moment, no matter where the picture came from, that's a violation of the rules. That's a privacy invasion. I remember there was a stink made because of a privacy violation. I did not put the hat on the picture of Timmy. I don't know how to do that. I am not good at manipulating imagery. You know, either Timmy had the hat or somebody put it on there. But I did not do it. I just do not have the ability to manipulate imagery. But it's rather curious that Timmy looks like the individual, whether or not he had the hat on or not. I believe that picture is a mugshot of Timmy once in one of his arrested. Someone else may have put the image on there. Because I do have a picture of Timmy's mugshot without the hat. So it's more than likely that someone put it there. But I don't know for certain. You'd have to try and figure out who posted the original picture, because I got the original picture off the internet with the hat on. It just appeared and I took it. I took a screenshot of it. Or not screenshot, I actually downloaded it. It's the only image that I've ever seen of Timmy wearing any kind of a hat. So, yeah, I believe there is a picture of Timmy without the hat as a mugshot. It's a possibility that the hat was added in Photoshop. But even without the hat, there is a striking resemblance between Timmy and the other guy. So, you know, sometimes a forensic artist will put a hat on somebody to see if they resemble the mugshot or the other illustration. So, you know, that could have been done by a forensics artist who put the hat on Timmy to see if he looked like the guy in the drawing. But yeah, they make you take off any inappropriate apparel when you get a mugshot, and the hat would be there as part of that. They take a forward profile, and in most cases they'll take a side profile. The only time they'll take additional pictures is if you have tattoos or something, so they can identify your tattoos if it should show up in the commission of a crime on a because we are at 10 minutes before the hour. So what I'm going to do is at 11 o'clock Eastern, I'm gonna close down. So we got about 10 minutes left. Yeah. But yeah, they were kind enough to give me Robert Jenkins' name and everything, so I'll be able to contact him tomorrow. And we will be talking to Mr. Jenkins and find out just exactly what's going on with Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And I am going to provide him with all kinds of interesting information about Mr. Holmseth and his publisher, Randy Erickson, since she named herself as sending all these things. John, have a good Father's Day yourself. Thank you for coming in. No, my son passed away in 2000. He was my only child. So, you know, he's in a better place, I guess, as they say. Hello, Kim. Yeah, I think you came in about the last 10 minutes of my Murtathon, and it's been kind of weird the way it's worked tonight, but starting tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow or not. I'm going to fool around with the software, but I am changing software because my patience for vMix has reached an end. So you have a good night, John. And that John, by the way, was the name of my son. He was John Brian Murtaugh. Hmm. So, peace out, John. You have a good night. Yeah, well, it's like I've always said, no parent should outlive your child. It's one of the reasons I got involved in the Trenton Duckett case was because that happened on the same date that my son died. He died in 2000. Trenton Duckett disappeared the very same weekend, within a day or two of the date in August. And my wife and I were at a nearby park where we had a memorial bench, and every year we would go there and we'd release balloons in memory of our son. And so when he came home that evening, the news about Trenton Duckett was on the news, and the rest is history. Because Leesburg is roughly a half hour from my house, or was at the house I lived in at the time. Now it's about 45 minutes from my house. So I moved to Apopka, which is a little bit closer to Orlando. And then, of course, there was Casey Anthony and Kelly Anthony. That happened in Orlando, which is a half hour from my house. So naturally, I was interested in that. And I had technology available to do what I did back then. Now, Haley Cummings, I really wasn't following that case all that closely because I was still covering the pre-trial arguments, all the discovery that was coming out, and eventually the trial of Casey Anthony. So it was kind of like I got away from true crime, missing child cases, and round and round. I agree, Kinder. Craig Sawyer has had an ongoing battle with Holmseth for quite a long time. Holmseth started attacking him for no reason years ago. And his charges against Craig Sawyer have gotten more outlandish and more severe as time went on. And we're buffering again. Boy, this is really irritating. Okay, quit buffering. I don't know how long this not buffering is going to last. When this thing goes up as a recorded video, it is terrible. You can tell when the buffering happens because the video just cuts completely out and then it jumps to another segment. So that's kind of strange. And we're buffering again. Boy, this buffering is getting worse. Always seems to be at the end of my show. And of course the monitor's going out of focus. I don't know if I'm going out of focus or the monitor's going out of focus. Jeez. Yeah, really disappointed in vMix. It's called vMix. I don't know if Levi's here or not. I didn't see him sign off. Yeah, definitely check him out, Kinder. He's does a really good job, and he's not unlike me. He's not vulgar. You know, he's very clean with his content. And you're welcome, Levi. You know, you do a good job, and it's definitely going to switch over to that software because this thing is it's the buffering has gotten bad in the last half hour here. I just it's got to be setting in my computer. I got a pretty powerful computer, so I'm pretty surprised that I'm even getting a buffering. And it seems to be coming from my end because when I live stream on the mobile, I don't get this problem. I get video quality problems, but other than that, the first stream I made with StreamYard seems to have come out. Well, you do with the setup I have now. The computer takes the software from my computer, ships it off to the servers at YouTube, but it's running my software on my computer. StreamYard runs the stream off their servers, which is much more powerful, and it's supposed to pretty well eliminate the buffering because they have a better internet speed and connection protocols with YouTube. So that's why I'm going to be going over to StreamYard because this is getting to be a real headache. The only problem is I've got to learn how to reset. I got to reset all my presentations over onto StreamYard, and that's going to be something I've got to play around with. So it's going to be basically starting as a newbie and learning the ropes like I originally did with this software. Because I've been using this software for quite a long time, but it's gotten worse steadily over the years, and I'm going to let VMix know about it because I had to pay for this. So now I basically got a piece of useless software. But that's the way it goes. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. It's 11 o'clock Eastern. I'm rambling on for 2.5 hours. I'm buffering again, so I'm going to call it. And I'm going to let this thing quit buffering, and then I'm going to call it a night. Circle. Okay, while I've got an excellent connection, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being here, Levi. Thank you, Kim and Kinder. I will try to swear less in my future webcasts. And be sure to like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned because there's more stuff coming down the road. I might try and come in tomorrow night with the new software and see how that does. So there's a lot of capability with that software. If any of you have watched Levi's show, you knew how different that software is, and it does things that I like to do here. It has multiple guest features. You can call in and talk, and I can do a lot more with that than I can with this. So we're going to give it a shot. I'm paying for it anyway, so I might as well use it. So until then, this is William K. Murtathon, Witness 1. Have a good one.